Do you constantly feel that you don't have enough time to effectively manage and lead your team? Watch this video to learn about how time management impacts leadership and some simple tools to help you move powerfully forward. For the best insight, tools, and strategies to fast track your life and business to the next level, subscribe to my channel and be sure to hit the bell to be notified whenever I post a new video. If you're ready to become a better leader, but you find yourself hitting a wall due to the lack of time, by the end of this video, you'll understand about the staggering impact that time management can have on leadership, as well as some simple tools that you can take away to use today to start up-leveling your leadership skills. Hi, I'm Lisa Jean, and I'm a reinvented attorney and former CEO of a multi-million-dollar business turned mindset and high-performance coach. Time management is critical in any leadership role that we have. Not only is time your most valuable asset, which often does literally equate with money, but it's also something that once lost can never be regained. Many leaders today feel that they simply don't have enough time in their day to complete the things that they need to. They not only have the responsibility of their own daily tasks and projects, which generally include a bombardment of emails, phone calls, and meetings, as well as unplanned interruptions all day long, but from people who are genuinely seeking their valued input. But they are also accountable for leading a team or a business or an organization effectively forward. If a leader is not able to efficiently manage their time, it can lead to poor performance and reduce effectiveness, along with setting a poor example and standard for the people that they're leading. And most importantly, it can reduce the amount of time they spend on higher level critical thinking and also reduce the effectiveness of that time if they are feeling overtired, overwhelmed, and overstressed. That's why guarding a leader's time and managing it well is so vital to their success. It's not just about getting everything done. It's also about avoiding burnout and having a sense of contentment and accomplishment at the end of the day. Here are 4 simple time management secrets that will give you refreshing new ways or reminders to keep your responsibilities in balance and to help you up-level your leadership. Number 1, know and understand what your top priorities are. A good leader knows their top priorities and focuses on them, zeroes in. A great story about the immense value of understanding what your priorities are comes from Mr. Andrew Carnegie. Andrew Carnegie had hired a time consultant to help him manage his time more effectively as he wanted to get more accomplished with his days. The consultant that he hired asked Mr. Carnegie to write down a list every evening and before the start of each day of the things that he had to do the next day, and then go through and number those by order of priority. What things were the most important? And to number those from most important down to least important. Then Mr. Carnegie was to begin working on the items on his list the next day, starting with the items ranked number 1 as the most important down all the way to least important. He was to work down the list as far as he could go each and every day. And the time consultant assured Mr. Carnegie that he would see his productivity increase. After meeting with the hired consultant, Mr. Carnegie asked him how much he should pay him for his advice. And the consultant replied, "Whatever you think it's worth." After testing this simple tool for a while, Mr. Carnegie sent the consultant a check for $10,000. And think how much money that was during his time. That's how much value he found in this simple but highly effective tool. In the evening when you're planning out your day or before you start your next day and start hearing from everybody who has some type of urgent request for your time, write out a list of everything that you need to accomplish for the day and then go through and rank them in order of importance. And work on your list in that order, starting from the most important all the way down to the least important. You might not make it through your entire list, but it will help you stay focused on what is important, even whenever you have urgent requests pop up throughout your day, which are not important, which I guarantee you they will. And if you don't have enough time to complete your list, you will at least have finished working on the things that you had decided and deemed to be the most important things that need to be done. It's very simple, but guaranteed highly effective. Number 2, make delegate your new favorite word. Learning to trust others to delegate your work is the hallmark of a great leader. Leaders understand that their time is finite and that they can accomplish more with the time that they do have by delegating certain tasks or projects to others. But it can be scary to delegate. Your name goes onto the finished product, and if someone makes some type of error or mistake, it can come back to reflect badly on you. As a leader, it can be downright scary to relinquish this type of control to others, which is why it's no surprise that only 1 out of every 10 managers knows how to effectively delegate. Just 1. But delegating to others doesn't mean it has to be scary. It just means that you have to find the right employee or the right team member and empower them to build their own leadership skills. Trusting the person that you're delegating to is essential. If you delegate work and then proceed to micromanage the person and follow up with them incessantly, you're actually adding just to your own plate and doubling your own work. And you're also at the same time letting the other person know that you don't really trust them to do a good job, which does not invoke a good feeling in the other person, guaranteed. To master the art of delegation as a leader, you have to do several things. You have to, number one, make sure that you have a clear understanding of what tasks you can and cannot delegate. You also, whenever you delegate them, you have to give clear instructions for each task that you do delegate. A great tip to test whether the person understanding the task to be completed is to ask that person to give you instructions back on what they understand that they have to do. And let them know how you'll be tracking and checking in on their progress, and then actually do it. You don't want to wait until the project is nearly completed or it's due to suddenly learn that they weren't doing something right because they didn't understand what they were supposed to be doing along the way. That would not be their fault. You also have to pick and trust the right people for the task. Trust that if they need help too, that they have the right judgment and the good judgment to pick another right person. And whatever you do, don't micromanage the project. The more you delegate, the more time you'll have to focus on what's important, and the more productive you'll become. Let's take a quick second and comment below with your favorite time management tip that you feel helps you become the best leader that you can be. You never know who you might inspire. Number 3 is to make meetings fun again. Whenever you're a leader in an organization or a business, the amount of time that you spend in meetings can almost blur together. I can empathize as I used to look at my calendar and I remember thinking, my day is not even going to start until 3 o'clock in the afternoon because I'm going to either be in meetings or preparing for meetings all day long. Instead of looking at meetings as a drain on your time when you could be doing more productive other things or things that are more important, instead put on your time management hat and manage those meetings in your time to be your absolutely most productive. First, before you commit to attending a meeting, when possible, request a meeting agenda to review ahead of time. Once you receive the meeting agenda, review it and see if it looks like you'll be able to make some type of meaningful contribution or have some type of meaningful takeaway from the meeting. If the opportunity for either one of these doesn't immediately jump out at you, respectfully decline to attend the meeting. You also want to make sure that you start booking all of your meetings back to back to back for the entire day as much as possible. If you book meetings that are scattered all throughout your day, your time for getting productive and important work accomplished during your day is going to be severely diminished. It generally requires time to prepare for meetings, and to be genuinely productive on important tasks or projects generally requires chunks of between 2 to 4 hours of time just to get into the zone and to be effective. Whenever you book your meetings back to back in the morning or the afternoon, you leave yourself with large chunks of free time for you to be your most productive and work on those tasks that are important, that require creativity and higher level critical or strategic thinking. You'll also want to book meetings for less time than you actually think that they'll take. Yes, I know this sounds a little bit crazy, but hear me out on this. People tend to stretch and allocate meetings for whatever length of time it is that the meeting is scheduled for, even if it means having less productive or on-point, on-agenda conversations. Instead, if you book your meetings for less time than you think that they'll actually take, it forces people to get to the meat, to the heart of whatever the meeting is about and to stay there. Lastly, you want to ask clarifying questions at the start of the meeting. If there's anything on the agenda that you feel needs clarifying, chances are there's other people that need clarification too. If the questions that you have aren't being asked or clarified up front, a lot of precious time can be wasted during the meeting. Ask the question up front at the meeting, get your questions answered, and move on. Following these simple tips can help leaders manage their time more efficiently and enable them more time to lead their people effectively. Number 4 is to reduce distractions and interruptions. A great leader knows the importance of their time and is diligent in guarding it and protecting it against unwanted distractions and interruptions. To reduce distractions such as phone calls, emails, text messages, go ahead and schedule set times during your day when you check these, and turn off your email, phone, as well as notifications for these during this time. You also want to make sure that, of course, you communicate these time frames to other people, but then once you communicate them, that you yourself stick to them. Here's a quick time hack. If you have an open office space, which is becoming more and more prevalent nowadays, and you don't have an actual physical office door that you can close, wear a pair of headphones or earbuds and listen to music that doesn't distract you, such as classical or meditative music. Not only can listening to music help you maintain your own focus and attention, but by wearing earbuds or headsets, it actually dissuades other people from coming up and trying to interrupt you and distract you as well. When you lead others, people look to you for motivation and inspiration, and yes, when they have questions or seek your valued input. Go ahead and establish set hours when you'll be available to answer questions or provide input. But for all other hours, you are not available for random interruptions unless they are designated as a true emergency. And if you're hesitant to take yourself offline in these ways, and I know some people are, request that someone fill in as your backup during the time frame that you're offline. Send people who would otherwise go to you to this designated person first. And if this is something that they are not able to answer and it's truly urgent, truly important, then of course they can come to you. But your designated person will have first vetted the interruption before taking up your time. These simple but effective tools allow you to guard your time so that you have time to be your most productive during your day, yet at the same time still ensures that your team is able to run smoothly and that you have the time to dedicate to leading. Now you understand about time management and how it can impact your leadership. But what if you've tried traditional time management methods and none of them have worked for you? Watch my next video to learn 5 simple alternative time management methods that are also unique and fun for you to learn. Now you know some time management tools to help you move towards achieving your goals. But what about developing the habits to make consistent habitual action towards your goals? Well, that can be a little bit more difficult. So I've created a free goals guide to help you. You can download 6 easy steps to create consistent action towards your goals for free by clicking the link below this video. Make sure to also sign up for my monthly newsletter and blog to receive the best insight, tools, and strategies to fast track your life and business to the next level. The link is below. If you like this video, please let me know by liking it, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And if you found this video helpful, comment below with the word helpful. Until the next video, have a great day.